Prime Minister of the Royal Government of Bhutan has already arrived. We're expecting the Honorable Prime Minister of Bangladesh.
This is the foreign secretary. Prime Minister.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Her Excellency Sheikh Hasina.
Distinguished audience, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today, the 6th of December, is a historic day in the relationship between Bangladesh and Bhutan. On this day, back in 1971, Bhutan recognized Bangladesh as a sovereign and independent state. In commemoration of that momentous day, we have gathered here today to sign the Bangladesh-Bhutan Preferential Trade Agreement, which is the first ever bilateral PTA for Bangladesh, and to celebrate the glorious 50 years of our relations.
Ladies and gentlemen, this auspicious moment comes at a time when we are celebrating the birth centenary of Father of the Nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and the 40th birth anniversary of His Majesty Jigme Kesar Namgyel Wangchuk. We are delighted that Her Excellency Sheikh Hasina and His Excellency Dr. Lote Shering have kindly arrived here to grace this occasion. They have joined us online. All the distinguished guests are kindly requested to take their respective seats.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Prime Minister of the Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina, and the Honorable Prime Minister of the Royal Government of Bhutan, Dr. Lote Shering, just joined virtually in this occasion of the PTA signing ceremony and the celebration of 50 years of Bangladesh-Bhutan relationship.
Distinguished audience, we now commence today's event with a welcome remarks by the Commerce Secretary of Bangladesh, Dr. Mohammad Jafaruddin. I humbly request Dr. Jafar to make his opening remarks.
Her Excellency Sheikh Hasina MP, Honorable Prime Minister, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, His Excellency Dr. Lote Shering, Honorable Prime Minister, Royal Government of Bhutan, Mr. Tipu Munshi, MP, Honorable Commerce Minister, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. Mr. Leonpo Loknath Sharma, Honorable Minister, Minister of Economic Affairs, Royal Government of Bhutan. Dr. A.K.M. Abdul Momen, MP, Honorable Foreign Minister, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. Dr. Tandi Dorji, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Royal Government of Bhutan. Mr. Salman Fazlur Rahman, Advisor to the Honorable Prime Minister, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. respected Principal Secretary, Principal Coordinator SDG, Honorable Member of the Parliament, senior secretaries and secretaries, President FBCCI, business leaders, government officials of both the countries, distinguished guests, representatives from print and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to all of you. This is the month of victory, and also we are celebrating the birth centenary of Bangabandhu. At the very outset, I feel honored and proud to pay my profound tribute and deepest gratitude to the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the greatest Bengali of all time, and the architect of independent Bangladesh. I remember with profound respect 30 lakh martyrs in the war of liberation, all the valiant freedom fighters, and 2 lakh women persecuted during the war. I would like to extend a very warm welcome to our distinguished guests for being present in this signing ceremony of Bangladesh Bhutan Preferential Trade Agreement, PTA, and celebration of 50 years celebration. Today, the 6th December 2020 is such a glorious day that reminds us of the 50 years back history when our friendly country Bhutan first recognized Bangladesh as an independent country. On this remarkable day, we have taken the initiative to make it more memorable by signing the first PTA between Bangladesh and Bhutan. Bangladesh today is regarded as an example of a development miracle globally. Our target is to become a developed country by 2041, set by our Honorable Visionary Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Trade is considered as the engine of growth. Our export-led development strategy has been playing a vital role in employment generation and economic development. Bangladesh is ready for graduation from LDC status in 2024. But some challenges are associated with graduation, particularly export will be impacted to a great extent. We are not afraid of challenges. As a nation, we are brave and victorious. We achieved our independence through struggle and war. We are inspired and motivated by the strong visionary leadership of our beloved Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to overcome such challenges. This sort of PTA will help us in overcoming the challenges. I like to convey my thanks and gratitude to our Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and Honorable Prime Minister of Bhutan, Dr. Lotte Tshering, for their kind virtual presence. Most importantly, we are grateful to our Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina for her candid and far-sighted decision for concluding PTA. The PTA would not have been possible without her kind intervention. I am also grateful to our Honorable Commerce Minister, Mr. Tipu Munshi, MP, for his guidance. I acknowledge the contribution of officials from the Prime Minister's Office, Bangladesh, led by respected Principal Secretary, Dr. Ahmed Kaikaus. I thank Foreign Secretary of Bangladesh, Mr. Masood bin Momen, his team members, and Ambassador of Bangladesh to Bhutan for their excellent support and cooperation. PTA is a joint effort. I convey my thanks and appreciation to all the officials of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Ministry of Economic Affairs, Royal Government of Bhutan, and particularly His Excellency Ambassador of Bhutan to Bangladesh. Especially, I express my thanks and gratitude to all my colleagues from Ministry of Commerce, we call Team Commerce, for their hard work and strong dedication as well as commitment. Also, I thank all the distinguished guests and media representatives. Finally, I would like to conclude by saying, Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, Mother of Humanity, symbol of prosperity, Bangladesh, Bhutan, we are friends, we have unity. Long live Bangladesh, Bhutan friendship. Thank you all.
Thank you, respected Secretary. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, now I invite you all to watch a short audiovisual presenting the glimpses of our bilateral
engagements that evolved over the last 50 years.
Bangladesh is a South Asian country with the majestic Himalayas standing some distance to the north, while in the south lies the Bay of Bengal. Under the leadership of the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, Bangladesh achieved independence by fighting against injustice, oppression and inequality. His worthy daughter, the Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, is leading the nation to achieve the dream with her steadfast leadership. Today, in Bangladesh, democratic institutions are strong and the economy is on a sound footing, with the country aspiring to progressively reach Vision 2041 to emerge as a developed nation and the Delta Plan 2100 to make the land a center of the region. While the coronavirus pandemic is devastating the world and its economy, Bangladesh reached its ever highest export earning in July 2020. Bangladesh and Bhutan share ancient linkages, common cultural values, heritage and traditions. During Bangladesh's struggling time for independence in 1971, Bhutan was the first to recognize the newly independent Bangladesh. On 6 December 1971, His Majesty Jigme Dorji Wangchuk, the third king of Bhutan, lost no time in assuring full support to Bangladesh. Bangladesh-Bhutan relations have been strengthened over the years. On 28 December 1974, His Majesty Jigme Singye Wangchuk, the fourth king of Bhutan, visited Bangladesh. The coronation of His Majesty Jigme Khesar Namgyel Wangchuk, the present king of Bhutan, took place in November 2008, and the assumption as Prime Minister for the second term of Her Excellency Sheikh Hasina took place in January 2009. With these two epoch-making events, the sharing of ideas between the two countries became even stronger. To celebrate the 40th anniversary of Bangladesh's independence, His Majesty visited Bangladesh in 2011. Her Excellency, the Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, made her first bilateral visit to the Kingdom of Bhutan in 2009. It is a matter of pride and honor for Bangladesh that the present Prime Minister of Bhutan, His Excellency Dr. Lote Tshering, is an alumnus of the Mymensingh Medical College and the Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib Medical University. The visit of Prime Minister Lote Tshering to Bangladesh in early 2019 was a watershed moment in Bhutan-Bangladesh relations. Recognizing trade as an engine of development, the visionary Bangabandhu, in his famous six-point demand of 1966, declared that the Constitution should empower the units to establish trade links with foreign countries. The 100th anniversary of this dawn was celebrated with kindling of 1,000 lamps in Bhutan. Bangladesh and Bhutan trade relations continue to strengthen. In 2018-19 financial year, Bangladesh exported goods worth $7.56 million to Bhutan and imported goods worth $49.9 million from Bhutan. And to mark the 50th anniversary of bilateral relations between Bhutan and Bangladesh, the two countries look forward to concluding a preferential trade agreement on 6 December 2020, a date on which Bhutan recognized Bangladesh 50 years ago. The signing of the first ever bilateral PTA by Bangladesh with Bhutan is a landmark achievement because it is the first step for Bangladesh in meeting the export challenges after the country graduates from LDC in 2024. Through the signing of more PTA, FTA of this sort, Bangladesh is committed to expand its export market in different regions of the world. As Bangladesh strives to reach the visions and its goals, cooperation of neighbors, including regional connectivity, is essential. Nurturing a friendship that dates back to the great leaders of our two nations and strengthened by the current leadership, Bangladesh pledges to continue in its journey forward together with Bhutan, forging closer relations among the two peoples, their destiny, progress, and prosperity.
Thank you for watching the AV. Distinguished audience, now Honorable Minister for Foreign Affairs of the Royal Government of Bhutan, Dr. Tandi Dorji, will make his special remarks. May I humbly request Dr. Darji to kindly deliver his statement.
Your Excellency Sheikh Hasina, Honorable Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Honorable Linchen, Prime Minister of Bhutan, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. It was exactly 50 years ago today, on 6th December 1971, that Bhutan recognized the independence of Bangladesh. I am therefore deeply honored to be part of today's events, marking that historic day when the strong bonds of friendship and cooperation between Bhutan and Bangladesh were forged. And we could not have asked for a better occasion than today to have a virtual signing of the long-awaited preferential trade agreement between Bhutan and Bangladesh in the presence of our two honorable Prime Ministers. Both events are historical milestones that will go down in the annals of bilateral relations between our two countries. I wish to extend my warmest felicitations to the people and the government of Bangladesh for the 50th anniversary of your independence and the celebration of 50 years of friendship. It is propitious that this event also coincides with the historic events of the 100th birth centenary of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the architect of Bangladesh, and the golden jubilee of Bangladesh's independence. In the last 5 decades, our bilateral relations, which is underpinned by shared interest and common goals, have grown from strength to strength. Today, besides being a close neighbor, Bhutan and Bangladesh enjoy mutually beneficial trade and economic cooperation and excellent bonds of friendship which have been nurtured and strengthened over the years by our visionary leaders. In particular, our trade relations are significant as Bangladesh is the second largest trading partner of Bhutan. The volume of bilateral trade between the two countries have increased significantly with each passing year and has now reached $57.9 million. We are confident that with the signing of the PTA today, this mutually beneficial trading partner will deepen. Given the special relationship between our two countries and the significant achievement over the last 5 decades, it is only fitting that the 50th anniversary of our friendship be celebrated in a befitting manner. Although the COVID-19 pandemic may pose a challenge in organizing elaborate events, the two governments are working closely together to host a series of meaningful events throughout the coming year. I am confident that today's celebration of our historic achievements in the last 50 years will lay a solid foundation for a new chapter of our friendship for another 50 years and beyond. With this, I wish to congratulate the people and the government of Bangladesh once again as you celebrate the birth centenary of Father of the Nation Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and the Golden Jubilee of Bangladesh's independence. Lastly, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Ministry of Economic Affairs of Bhutan and the Commerce Ministry of Bangladesh for their efforts in making it possible for our two sides to sign the PTA today. Thank you and Tashdile.
Thank you, Honorable Foreign Minister of Bhutan. I now call upon Honorable Foreign Minister of the Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen MP, to kindly give his remarks. Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen MP.
Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, Honorable Dr. Lothe Tshering, Prime Minister Bhutan, Honorable Dr. Tandi Dorji, Foreign Minister Bhutan, Honorable Loknath Sharma, Economic Affairs Minister Bhutan, my colleague Tipu Munshi, Honorable Commerce Minister of Bangladesh, Honorable Members of Parliament, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you all. At the outset, I thank you all for your prayers, for which I am now COVID-free, and I could join you in this historic event. Bangladesh and Bhutan are about to sign the first ever preferential trade agreement in the history of our two countries. We are also reviving our history by choosing the date 6th December for this program, the very day when Bhutan, as the first foreign country, recognized Bangladesh in 1971 as an independent and sovereign country. Let me take the opportunity to express our gratitude to the pioneering leader of Bhutan, His Majesty Jigme Dorji Wangchuk, who contributed so significantly to our cause and greatly supported us during our struggle for independence. We proudly recall that our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, maintained excellent relations with the King of Bhutan, His Majesty Jigme Singye Wangchuk. Today, it is our humble attempt to reminisce their legacy, their vision and teachings. On this occasion, I pay rich tribute to our great and visionary forefathers. I am happy that we are able to host this historic program at the newly constructed Foreign Service Academy of Bangladesh. This building is situated on the historic premises where the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, had his first office as Prime Minister of independent and sovereign Bangladesh in 1971. Excellencies, we might have different ways and means, but we share a common goal: economic prosperity and social development. Signing this landmark PTA not only emphasizes our common priority of economic development, but also symbolizes our mutual commitment to carry forward our bilateral relations to a new height. On this magnificent day, we connect the present to the past and thus rejuvenate our bonds of friendship. Under the able leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and Honorable Dr. Lotte Schering, we have reached a level of cooperation which is admired by all. Our vibrant political relations are reinforced by our personal connections and emotional touch. I must convey my deep respect and gratitude to the Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Schering and Dr. Thande Dorji, the Honorable Foreign Minister of Bhutan, for their kind messages of sympathy when I suffered from COVID-19 a few days back. I am touched by your kind words, Excellencies. Today, Bangladesh and Bhutan share a wide range of bilateral relations. We exchange high-level bilateral visits, share robust trade relations, and cooperate on many areas including education, health, shipping, ICT, and agriculture sector. We also aspire to enhance our regional and sub-regional cooperation for greater connectivity in the region. I am hopeful that the two countries would fully utilize the scope of the agreement signed today. I invite the business communities of both countries to take advantages of this PTA. This agreement will also help bilateral trade to further flourish by making use of the links through waterways being provided by Bangladesh to Bhutan. I am sure my distinguished colleague, Honorable Commerce Minister Tipu Munshi, will focus on the PTA in some detail in his remarks. All I express here is our fervent hope that historic agreement to bridge the gap, enhance trade and investment, and well-being of our two friendly countries. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude by hoping to have happiness, peace, prosperity, and stability in this hemisphere, and I invite my colleagues to sign this historic document. Stay safe and stay well. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu, long live Bangladesh-Bhutan friendship. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Foreign Minister of Bangladesh. Distinguished audience, we now have reached this historic moment for both the countries, as Honorable Ministers are ready to ink the long-awaited preferential trade agreement. Dear guests, we invite you all to watch the signing of the PTA by His Excellency Leonpo Loknath Sharma, Honorable Economic Affairs Minister of the Royal Government of Bhutan, and witnessed by Bangladesh Ambassador to Bhutan, His Excellency AKM Shahidul Karim. The signing was pre-recorded at the holy site of Simtokha Zong in Thimphu as part of their rituals. Thank you for watching the signing ceremony at the Bhutanese side. Now, I'm delighted to invite Honorable Commerce Minister of Bangladesh, His Excellency Tipu Munshi MP, to kindly treat towards the stage to sign the agreement. I also request His Excellency Rinchen Kwensil, Ambassador of Bhutan to Bangladesh, to kindly accompany the Honorable Minister and sign as a witness. I also request Foreign Minister of Bangladesh, Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen MP, Mr. Salman F. Rahman, Advisor to the Prime Minister for Private Industry and Investment, Commerce Secretary of Bangladesh, Dr. Muhammad Jafaruddin, Sheikh Fazle Fahim, President, Federation of Bangladesh Chamber of Commerce and Industry, to accompany the signatories on the stage. Foreign Secretary Mr. Masood bin Momen has joined us to watch the signing ceremony virtually. Now, Honorable Commerce Minister of Bangladesh and Honorable Ambassador of Bhutan to Bangladesh, now kindly requested to exchange the signed agreements.
Thank you all. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I now call upon Honorable Minister for Economic Affairs of the Royal Government of Bhutan, His Excellency Leonpo Loknath Sharma, to kindly deliver his remarks. His Excellency Leonpo Loknath Sharma.
Kuzuzampo. Honorable Prime Minister, Government of Bangladesh, Honorable Prime Minister, Royal Government of Bhutan, Your Excellencies from both the countries, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm honored to be part of this auspicious occasion to celebrate the 50th anniversary of recognition of Bangladesh by Bhutan and the signing of the preferential trade agreement between Bhutan and Bangladesh. The relationship between our two countries is based not just on mercantile interests, but rather on a common interest of working towards a shared vision of peace, prosperity, and mutual progress that serves the interest of both our nations. This close relationship has come thus far only with the trust, confidence, and personal ties of friendship between the monarchs and leaders of our two countries, and I'm here to take forward. This had been further encoded currently by a coincidence of brother-sister leaders. Your Excellencies, there is no bigger gift than the preferential trade agreement that we can offer to each other today to inaugurate the 50 years of our bilateral relationship. Bangladesh has been a very important trading partner for Bhutan since the signing of the trade agreement in 1980 and its protocol in 1984. The bilateral trade agreement has been serving as the framework for conduct of trade and commerce between the two countries, which has been beneficial for both the countries. Over the years, the agreement has transformed to a more liberal one with deeper concessions along with elimination of trade barriers. I note with satisfaction that many successful meetings in the past under the impede of the existing bilateral trade agreement has guided us and contributed to our collective efforts towards enhancing trade and economic cooperation between our two countries. The successful conclusion of the PTA is a result of our dedicated effort and consistent cooperation shared between the two governments. Your Excellencies, in the year 2009, the value of trade between the two countries was recorded at, in Vietnamese currency, 6.7 billion, which is the highest till date. Over the years, both export and import saw an increasing trend. The value of trade between the two countries picked up greatly in the last 10 years. Bhutan has added value to building Bangladesh through enhanced export of boulders, pebbles, and gravels, and my ministry is committed to continue this trend. Bhutan, being a small economy, trade is central to economic growth and national development, which is being pursued within the overall development framework of gross national happiness. Bhutan continues to put in place enabling regulatory and policy instruments, including institutional structures to enhance economic growth, for which some of the important strategies are to increase and diversify our exports, enhance productivity, and promote Bhutan as an organic brand. There are new opportunities, and this agreement will further deepen the trade between the two countries. We will reach new heights, and this is just the beginning. We also do recognize and uphold the importance of transparency and predictability of trade, policies, regulations, and procedures as an essential element of the trade development and economic growth. As we celebrate the signing of PTA, I have great hope and confidence that the PTA will go a long way in accelerating our trade and economic cooperation between Bhutan and Bangladesh. As we implement the PTA, Bangladesh would be the first country in the region for Bhutan to have a fully operational bilateral PTA for trade in goods. We are hopeful that as much pride we take as governments in signing the PTA, the private sectors of both the countries would also embrace the PTA with high appreciation and endeavor to take their business relations to greater heights and ultimately contribute to further elevating our bilateral trade relations. I'm also hopeful that waterways and railways connectivity between India and Bangladesh shall provide additional convenient route for trade between Bangladesh and Bhutan. Bangladesh has assured Bhutan to provide additional port of call between Chilmari and Narayanganj to enable our exports reach desired destination at minimal cost, and would like to request His Excellency Tipu Munshi to assist us get the exports notified as early as possible. Further, the upcoming railway link between Agartala, Tripura, India and Akhura, Bangladesh would provide us additional access to Bangladesh. The government of India has approved Agartala as additional land customs for Bhutan, and Bangladesh has also assured to provide access to Akhura. Similarly, we are looking forward to add access from and to Haldibari, West Bengal, India and Chelahati, Bangladesh railway link. Railway, waterways, road transport, all are very important for us to connect. In the conclusion, I would like to personally thank Your Excellency Tipu Munshi, your government, and current and past ambassadors and governments of the two countries for their support. I would not be complete without thanking the efforts of foreign ministries of both the countries. I am also looking forward for the visit of His Excellency Tipu Munshi, Minister of Commerce, Government of Bangladesh to Bhutan as soon as we are into new normal situation, and I would like to personally invite Your Excellency to visit us at your convenience. Long live Bhutan-Bangladesh trade and long live preferential trade agreement signed today. Thank you. Dhanyabad. Teshidale.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister for Economic Affairs of Bhutan. Ladies and gentlemen, now I call upon Honorable Commerce Minister of Bangladesh, His Excellency Tipu Munshi MP, to kindly deliver his remarks in this August gathering. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tipu Munshi MP.
Honorable Prime Minister, Her Excellency Sheikh Hasina, Honorable Prime Minister, His Excellency Dr. Lote Shering, respected ministers from both Bangladesh and Bhutan, distinguished senior government officials from both the countries, esteemed business leaders, media friends, guests, dear audience, good morning. Assalamu alaikum and Kujung Pola. At this very historic day, I am intensely nostalgic of the wartime memories of 1971. As a freedom fighter, I can remember vividly that the Himalayan kingdom of Bhutan is the first country among all countries in the globe who recognized Bangladesh as a sovereign independent country on the 6th December morning 1971, which was a great inspiration for us to think that the victory was not far away. In this August ceremony and on the eve of birth centenary of Bangabandhu, I feel honored to pay my profound respect to the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, who laid the foundation of our country, and the third king of Royal Bhutan, His Majesty Jigme Dorji Wangchuk, who was kind to send the recognition message before any other country and even 10 days before the day of our victory. I also want to convey my heartfelt admiration to the current ruler of Royal Bhutan, His Majesty Jigme Khesar Namgyel Wangchuk, and the government of Royal Bhutan. Distinguished audience, we are meeting at a time when Bangladesh is also observing the birth centenary of Bangabandhu and set to graduate from the least developed country status. Also, we are challenged by the adverse impact of COVID-19 global pandemic. I am very pleased to share the fact that Bangladesh, under the auspicious leadership of our Prime Minister, Her Excellency Sheikh Hasina, is recognized by the world community as one of the most promising economies in recent times. And I am very happy to notice that the royal government of Bhutan has developed the country significantly and proved its inherent capacity to manage the adverse impact of the global pandemic. I am tempted to recall that during the early days of pandemic, Bangladesh and Bhutan also, along with other SAARC countries, joined a video conference to facilitate the transportation and clearances of goods across the region and successfully established the regional COVID-19 response fund. Thus, Bhutan always stands alongside Bangladesh in all our endeavors for regional and bilateral cooperation. The high green plains of Bangladesh and the mountainous kingdom of the Himalayas had a natural kinship from ancient times. This relation is being gradually developed and getting momentum during the present governments of both countries based on the mutual respect and interest. I am very confident to acknowledge the historic and glorious bonding of the people of our two countries. And rapport of this friendship has got more solid shape through today's signing of preferential trade agreement, PTA. This PTA is going to be instrumental for further cooperation for cementing the economic partnership for future collaboration. Distinguished audience, with the timely initiative and appropriate interventions by our Honorable Prime Minister, Bangladesh has started to get back to the normal trend despite the adverse impact of pandemic. The second wave of this pandemic forced many economists to fear more devastated impact on the economy and livelihood of countries like us, and stressed on the shared responsibility of the nations. And I believe we are committed to provide both policy and technical support in diffusing the damage as we did in the past in required times. Talking privilege, I would like to urge the entrepreneurs of our country to source more goods and services at the competitive price and explore the opportunities of investment in potential sectors. Distinguished guests and audience, the journey of today's PTA was envisaged during the August visit of Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Lotte Schering in April 2019. Upon the invitation of our visionary leader, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, aspirations of both Prime Ministers successfully concluded for the immense contribution of high officials and both countries. And I am very happy to convey my personal gratitude to both Prime Minister and best wishes to all officials engaged in the negotiation process. It is the beginning of a journey, not the end. Beside that, the Honorable Economic Minister from Bhutan, he has requested me to look after this agreement, the transshipment and port things. I really appreciate that, and I look into this matter, and our Honorable Prime Minister is very much keen to do all these things so that the business can go smoothly. Beside that, one information I want to give the Honorable Minister of Bhutan, that 17th of November, this month, the Chilahati-Holdibari route, the trial railway connection is going to start. That's information for them, and we can continue the business in that route also. That's the information I have now. I believe this agreement paved the way of exploring mutual benefit in the areas of trade and investment. I also believe today's celebration of 50 years of friendship energizes us to sustain happiness of our people. I want to say a small word. In crisis time, in needed time, Bhutan supported us, Bhutan recognized us. It's the 6th of December. I remember that. I am as a freedom fighter. Again, I want to say that time that was really an inspiration for us. And we believe a friend in need is a friend indeed. Thank you very much. Jai Bangla, Jai Bangabandhu.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, for Ministry of Commerce of Bangladesh. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, on 6 December 1971, Bhutan and its people demonstrated the most remarkable support and encouragement to the people of Bangladesh by giving official recognition of the independence of Bangladesh. To commemorate the 50 years of journey of the two countries, a logo is being unveiled on the screen. Honorable Prime Ministers of Bangladesh and Bhutan are humbly requested to kindly press their respective buttons to unveil the logo.
Thank you all. Distinguished audience, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the special moment of the day as we will now listen to the Honorable Prime Minister of the Royal Government of Bhutan. May I humbly request Honorable Prime Minister, His Excellency Dr. Lote Tshering, to kindly deliver his speech.
Your Excellency Sheikh Hasina, Your Excellency Sheikh Hasina, Honorable Prime Minister of Bangladesh, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor of conveying warm greetings and prayers of His Majesty the King and the people of Bhutan to Your Excellencies and people of Bangladesh. Today is a very significant day, and I was very happy to talk to Your Excellency earlier this morning. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for your motherly affection to me personally and for the relation of the two countries. As we gather today to mark the 50th anniversary of Bhutan's recognition of Bangladesh independence, I would like to congratulate the peoples of our two countries. The ceremony comes at a time when Bangladesh celebrates two historic events: the 100th birth anniversary of the father of your nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and the Golden Jubilee of Bangladesh independence. I feel so fortunate to be part of these historic events. We all know the contributions and sacrifices that Your Excellency, your family, and many of the Excellencies who are gathered here made for this. Bhutan has always placed high importance to our bilateral relations. Personally, Bangladesh is always very close to my heart. I spent 7 years in Mymensingh Medical College and 3 more years in Dhaka. And these stays in Bangladesh has made Bangladesh my second home. The warm reception and excellent hospitality extended to me and my delegation during my recent visit has shown the close relations that we have between our two countries. Your Excellency, despite facing multiple challenges, you have successfully carried forward the vision and legacy of your late father, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. You have led your people into a new era of progress and prosperity. People of Bangladesh will remember you forever. And also, I would like to convey our appreciation to you for successfully handling the pandemic and your country's economy side by side. we can see that Bangladesh is making an impressive economic recovery from the pandemic. Congratulations for that. Despite all the challenges, Bangladesh has shown immense support to Bhutan. This is a demonstration of the high importance the government of Bangladesh places to Bhutan. Your Excellency, as we celebrate the accomplishments of the last 50 years, let us take this opportunity to reflect on how we can further the relation between our two countries. And signing the PTA today, first of its kind, is definitely the way forward. The MOU on the use of inland waterways and riverine routes signed between the two countries during Your Excellency's last visit to Bhutan and the SOP signed during my visit to Bangladesh clearly shows the way forward. With the signing of PTA today, I hope the rest of the formalities will be completed sooner. Further, I would like to thank the government of Bangladesh for your support in establishing the third international internet gateway for Bhutan. This will ensure reliability and affordability of internet and communication for us. I'm optimistic that the gateway will be launched soon. Your ambassador here, His Excellency Mr. Shahidul, is working hard to pursue all the initiatives that I have just mentioned. We have your strong representation in Bhutan through him. I thank you very much for Your Excellency's support. I offer my sincere appreciation to everyone present here today, and as we end, I offer my prayers to deepen friendship and cooperation between our two countries. Thank you and Tashidele.
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister of Royal Government of Bhutan. It is the time to listen from Honorable Prime Minister of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, Her Excellency Sheikh Hasina MP. May I humbly request Her Excellency to kindly deliver her valuable speech. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Her Excellency Sheikh Hasina.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Your Excellency, Dr. Lote Sharing, Prime Minister, Royal Government of Bhutan, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great pleasure to extend our warm greetings from Bangladesh to you, Mr. Prime Minister, and to all members of your delegations. It is a historic moment for Bangladesh today, as we are signing our first ever preferential trade agreement, PTA, with any country in the world, and it is also the first country that recognized Bangladesh as a sovereign and independent country in 1971. On this auspicious occasion, I pay deep homage to the greatest Bengali of all time, father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. I also remember our four national leaders, 30 lakh martyrs of our liberation war, and 2 lakhs women who were violated. We are going to celebrate Bangladesh-Bhutan relations as we mark the 50 years of Bhutan's recognition of independent Bangladesh on this day in 1971. The occasion is further blessed as this is the year we are celebrating the birth centenary of our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and the auspicious 40th birth anniversary of His Majesty Jigme Khesar Namgyal Wangchuk. Indeed, the King of Bhutan has a special position in the hearts of Bengali and a permanent place in the history of Bangladesh. The unwavering support of His Majesty the Third King and the people of Bhutan to our war of liberation in 1971 and your country's recognition of the blood-soaked independent Bangladesh evokes powerful emotions in our hearts even today. I personally want to tell you a story. That day, during our liberation war, Pakistani army arrested my father and took him to Pakistan. But in Bangladesh, Pakistani army arrested my mother, my younger sister Rihanna, my younger brother Russell, Jamal, and myself. That very day, Jamal somehow escaped from the captivity and joined freedom fighting. But my mother, my younger sister Rihanna, Russell, myself, and my 3 months old son, Sajiv Joy, we were in captivity. The day we heard that Bhutan recognized Bangladesh, it was something, the feeling I cannot explain. It's very difficult to, get words. It is so stimulating. It is so encouraging. It is so joyful. Because that time we were just sitting on the floor because we had nothing in the house where we are captive. We were kept captive in one of the one-story building. But that day we forget all our sorrow and pain. We started laughing, shouting, and crying. That I cannot forget. So it was something. After a long time, we suffered in captivity. But that day, we forget all suffering. And that's why, not only all Bangladeshi people, but for us, for our family members, now, all my family members except my sister, everybody was assassinated in 1975. But now Joy, Rihanna, and myself, only with 3 survivors. So it is very, very auspicious day, very important day to us, to my family. So Bhutan has very special place in our heart. I can tell you that much. Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, Bangladesh and Bhutan, we have historical linkage, we have ancient linkage, common cultural values, traditions, geopolitical realities. Today, the areas of our cooperation are many, including trade, tourism, hydropower, climate change impacts, health, biodiversity, agro-processing, agriculture, ICT, education, water, resource management, and much more. There are many other ways we can cooperate, and we are always ready to do it. Bhutan can use the waterways, our waterways link already we have started. We are developing our Chilmari port, and Chilmari and Nanganj, Pangav is open to you. Not only that, our 3 ports, Chittagong, Mongla, Paira, any place Bhutan want, you can use it. I offer you to that. Our airport, Soedpur, it is also, we are developing as a regional airport. So for Bhutan, it is open. If you wish, you can use that airport too. And the rail, Chilhati, we are opening, so that also gives opportunity. Excellencies, it is time that we make our extraordinary relations even more meaningful for mutual benefits and for the overall development and well-being of our citizens. It is in this spirit that we have signed today the Bangladesh-Bhutan PTA. Under this agreement, a wide range of products from Bangladesh and Bhutan can find duty-free entry into each other's markets. The agreement also has provision for including an additional list of products through mutual consensus. Once the agreement comes into force, I believe more people in Bangladesh I can see some very fresh apple and orange on their table. So I believe that our people will get the access to have good apple and orange from Bhutan and other fruits and other vegetables and other things. And also from Bangladesh. The fashion conscious people of Bhutan can choose from more varieties of quality apparels from Bangladesh. Infrastructure projects in Bangladesh can further benefit from border stones from Bhutan, while Bangladeshi pharmaceuticals can enhance contribution to the health sector in Bhutan. We have observed with great admiration the transformation Bhutan has undergone under the visionary guidance of the fourth king, His Majesty King Jigme Singye Wangchuck. It is today democratic, modern and progressive country. His concept of gross national happiness has won the admiration of the world. His able and wise son and successor, His Majesty the King Jigme Kesar Namgyal Wangchuck, the fifth king, has wisely continued with his father's policies in leading Bhutan. I congratulate His Majesty. In Bangladesh, our aim is similar, and that is to strengthen democracy, achieve economic growth, and make our citizens happy individuals of a hunger, poverty-free, developed, prosperous country as dreamed by our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib. Today, our democratic institutions are stronger and our economy is on a sound footing. The rule of law and human rights are well established, and we strictly follow a zero tolerance policy against all forms of terrorism and extremism. Our Vision 2021 and Vision 2041 are guided by the dream of Golden Bangladesh as envisioned by Father of the Nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Already significant progress have been made on food and energy security, education, poverty alleviation, empowerment of women, social welfare, and development with sustained economic growth. As we endeavor to reach our goals, we want valuable cooperation of our friends and neighbors to strengthen our government's initiatives, including regional connectivity designed to make all of us in the region prosperous. The COVID-19 pandemic has opened our eyes to the new realities that we must consider while we strive to move forward. The world is countering new and deeper fallout of the COVID-19 pandemic on countries and communities across the globe. The evolving pandemic has propagated beyond a health crisis into a growing threat on socio-economic systems and livelihoods. To counter the impact of this unknown enemy, Bangladesh has shared excellent cooperation with Bhutan and other South Asian neighbors and beyond. Stronger regional and international cooperation is necessary in the coming days for mitigating the impact of the pandemic and for the rebuilding phase. I conclude with my heartfelt wish that the preferential trade agreement which both sides have signed today will contribute to further consolidating the relations between our two countries. The next 50 years will witness sustained development and happiness of citizens of our region. I wish Your Excellency good health, long life, and continued success in all your endeavors, and peace, progress, and prosperity for the people of Bhutan. Thank you. Khuda Hafiz, Joy Bangla, Joy Bangunu. May Bangladesh live forever. Long live Bangladesh Bhutan friendship. Long live Bangladesh Bhutan friendship. Thank you all.
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Your Excellency Sheikh Hasina. Distinguished audience, we are now close to the end of the event. I would like to request Secretary of the Ministry of Economic Affairs of the Royal Government of Bhutan, Dasho Karma Shering, to kindly offer a vote of thanks.
Your Excellency Sheikh Hasina, Honorable Prime Minister, People's Republic of Bangladesh, Your Excellency Lenchen Dr. Lote Tsering, Honorable Prime Minister of the Royal Government of Bhutan, Honorable Foreign Ministers of Bangladesh and Bhutan, Honorable Commerce Minister of Bangladesh, Honorable Minister of Economic Affairs of Bhutan, distinguished dignitaries, ambassadors, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is a great honor and privilege for me to propose a vote of thanks to the august gathering of Your Excellencies and dignitaries from the Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh and the Royal Government of Bhutan on the auspicious occasion of celebrating the 50th anniversary of the recognition of Bangladesh by Bhutan and the signing of the preferential trade agreement between Bhutan and Bangladesh. First and foremost, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to the Honorable Prime Ministers of Bangladesh and Bhutan for making time to grace this occasion despite their busy schedules. Your presence today here is a testimony of the level of importance Your Excellencies accord to the close relationship between Bhutan and Bangladesh. We are confident that under Your Excellencies' leadership, this friendship between the two countries will grow from strength to strength. As we celebrate the signing of the PTA today, I would like to thank the Commerce Minister of Bangladesh, Honorable Minister of Economic Affairs of Bhutan, and their respective officials for their guidance and collective efforts in successfully finalizing and concluding the PTA. We have no doubt that the PTA will provide extra impetus to strengthen and expand bilateral trade between Bangladesh and Bhutan. Allow me to thank the distinguished dignitaries, ministers, ambassadors, senior officials, and others for making this event glorious with your kind presence today. Finally, I would like to express sincere appreciation to the colleagues from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Economic Affairs, and staff of respective embassies of Bhutan and Bangladesh, both in Dhaka and in Thimphu, for their dedicated time and hard work in making this event a great success. Thank you, Dhanobad, and Tashidele.
Thank you, respected Secretary, Minister of Economic Affairs of Royal Government of Bhutan. Ladies and gentlemen, now cake cutting ceremony to celebrate the signing of the first PTA and 50 years of Bangladesh-Bhutan relationship. Distinguished audience, at this joyous moment, we respectfully request Honorable Prime Ministers of Bangladesh and Bhutan to kindly cut the cake in celebration of this historic occasion.
Thank you very much, Honorable Prime Ministers of Bangladesh and Bhutan. Distinguished audience, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, with the cutting of the cakes, we have come to the end of our program. On behalf of the Ministry of Commerce and Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Bangladesh and Ministry of Economic Affairs and Foreign Ministry of the Royal Government of Bhutan, I thank you all for your gracious presence and wish you all the best. There will be a press conference. Our distinguished